All right, and welcome to the worship exchange. So here's what I want to do today: is just briefly go through the whole kind of numbers system. And this we find this dead useful in rehearsals and when we're working on music and trying to create stuff. And I think the thing is you have to have some musical grounding in keys and notes and sharps and flats and all of that kind of stuff. And so that would be, how many sharps are in the key of G major, or what is the key of G major? Okay, what's the key of A major? How many sharps are there? How many sharps are in the key of, or flats are in the key of F major? So there's part of learning of what I would say is actually really helpful for you not to settle to just going and getting chord charts and trying to play chord charts. But there's a sense of actually, one, to kind of expand your musical thought, and then when you come together to play, we find it really useful to use this numbers thing. So we're not really talking about chords, right? But what we do is we talk numbers. But the numbers are based around chords, okay? Now, hear me out. So here's how this works, right? Let me get, as if by magic, I have a keyboard, which, this is how I play this. When I get up, give it a bit of this, right? No. So, if you understand a bit of the music and you get your general theory, okay, we have got C, which is there, and a C sort of sounds bom bom, right? That's a C, bom 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 bom. And then that would be like bom 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 bom. So you have this scale which goes bom 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 bom. Okay, right? So that's called the C major scale, and there's loads of different scales with loads of variations, and it's really fascinating. You could spend years of your life studying for this, okay, and people do. But you have this note which is like bom, 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 C, D, E, F, oh, I'm in the wrong place, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and then you're back up to C. And from that period of C, bom, to C, bom, right, that's called an octave. But that's given then, we give that numbers, okay? So we say that C is 1, D is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm going to start this again because I'm definitely in the wrong place. Let me start this all over again. I'm trying to collate my thoughts. Did that make sense?
That's fine.
Did it? Right, okay, so I know what level to kind of do it. Right, here we go. This is take 2. How you doing? And welcome to the worship exchange. Okay, so here's what I wanna address. I don't know, have you ever heard of the whole kind of numbering system, or people call it the Nashville scoring system, or I don't really know who invented it or whatever, but when I understood it, it really actually made stuff quite simple, especially if you're in a band context and people are using capos, or people are using different tunings, or maybe someone's using something else which is tuned differently and it's not all at the same kind of concert pitch, okay? Some instruments, if you were to play one chord and you played the exact same chord on the other one, like if you had a baritone guitar, it's like 5 semitones different. So if you play a G on a guitar and then a G on a baritone guitar, it's actually a completely different chord, right? And it creates this different sound, which is really cool because that's what we're all digging for, right? We're all going for some creativity in what we're trying to do. And then within our kind of worship community and stuff, we find this really useful. Whenever I'm rehearsing music with guys, I like to speak in numbers rather than chords and notes, okay? And because if I'm playing in a certain key, but maybe they have a capo on or they're doing something different, if I say I'm playing G, C, and D, well, that will be different to what they're going to play. So all we ever then start to talk about are songs in terms of numbers. Right. Now, here's the thing. To get this and to even start to understand this, you have to probably spend a bit of time investing in some sense of musical theory. So if I said to you, how many sharps, okay, or what even are sharps in the first place, but how many sharps are in the key of G major, okay? Because you need to know this to then understand what certain chords are and how they fit and how they work together, okay? And I just want to encourage you, this isn't really rocket science, okay? It's a wee bit of maths, okay? And but it's really fascinating when you get it and even understand to a certain level what it's all about. And then within maybe in your church worship group, you can actually really start to create better. You can bring new songs. You can rehearse songs quicker. You can get better at the entire process, and just kind of it develops from there. And I suppose it's the overall sense of not sitting back and actually just settling with where everything is. Okay, so here's what I want to show you, right? As if by magic, I have this crazy keyboard, okay? It's one of these keyboards that doesn't actually make any noise, all right? Until you stick a laptop into it. But C, this is like C here, okay? And this is C here. All right, it's quite hard. I'm not really a brilliant piano player, but when it's upside down, it's quite hard to see. Right, so C would maybe sound like bam, ba ba bam, something like that. Hold on, I've got a guitar here. Bam, ba ba bam. Right, so there's a C, bam, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Easy, right? That's called the C major scale. No black notes on a piano, probably like the first scale that you learn how to do on really any instrument, because it's like you're just no black notes, no sharps, no flats, none of that stuff. Just straight down the line, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, now what we do then is within the key of C major, there's certain chords. So when you look and if I said to the guys, okay, the song's in the key of C, automatically in my head, generally you know what chords are within that key, okay? You've got C major, F major, G major, and then you've got some minors. You've got D minor, we could have E minor, and then you've got A minor, okay? And that's kind of roughly where it goes. So you've got potluck, you've got 6 chords that if you're stuck on a song, just pick one of them and it might be right, okay? But outside of that, you give them numbers, right? So you get C, which is 1, D, which is 2, E, which is 3, F, 4, G, 5, A, 6, B, 7, and then back to C, which is your 8, okay? And that's your octave, or your 8VE, okay? So how does that work in terms of songs and what's it all about? And here's what you got to remember. Always be thinking, right, I'm going to lay this out, and then maybe go away and look into it more, okay? So you've got, within any key or any number systems, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Your 1 is a major chord, your 4 is a major chord, and your 5 is a major chord, okay? Now, so in the key of C, we know that it goes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then we're 8. We're back at the octave, okay? So we've got 8. So we've got 1, which is a C major. The other ones are 4 and 5s, which are major. C major, F major, and G major. C, D, E, F, and G. Then we've got 2, 3, and 6, which are your minors, okay? It's just a thing. You just learn it. 1, 4, 5 are your majors. 2, 3, and 6 are your minors. So then your minors are, remember, C major, which is your 1. 2, that's your minor, which is a D minor. E, which is number 3, which is E minor. 4, F major. G major, which is your 5. 6 is your 6 minor, so it's A minor. And then you've got B, which kind of oftentimes you kind of forget about, but it's like this kind of passing note, which is kind of cool, all right? Just learn it like that, dead simple. Which is probably incorrect musically wise, but you know what? It just makes sense. And then you're back up to your 8. Now, so how does this work, right? Because we kind of skim over that a wee bit, right? But how does this work? So let's take a song like Amazing Grace, right? Dead simple, right? Let's find out. Let's pick a key. So let's pick C major, right? Which we've looked at, and your 1, 4, and 5 are your majors. So it's C major, D, E, F major, and G major. There's just 3 chords that you're going to start with within this key, right? C, F, and G, right? So let's try and find if we can sing Amazing. And I'm going to do Amazing Grace dead simple, right? So Amazing Grace, 1, how sweet, which is 4, the sound, which is 1, that saved a wretch like me. And then here we're on a 5. Okay, now, so that first bit, the order of this song goes 1, 4, 1, 4-5-1, I think. Amazing grace, how for the one that saved a wretch like me. Okay, so 1-4-1-5-1. That's just the start of that. But that feels really, really low. Okay, now, we're going to bump this up into the next key, which is D, right? So D major then, you got to learn how many sharps are in that key, how it relates, what's the scale of D major. But then what comes really useful is that then I start to communicate with people where we're saying, okay, you're not actually learning, the song is C, F, C, G, C, but what you're saying is the song is 1-4-1-5-1, okay? Now, what does that mean in the key of D major? We have got D, E. I know that there's an F sharp, okay, and there's also a C sharp in G major or in D major. So that's two sharps, which you just have to kind of learn. But you've got D, E, F sharp, G, and A, right? So that's the first five notes: D, E, F sharp, G, and A. So if you were playing that on the piano, you would go D, E, and then you would hit a black note, the next black note, which is an F sharp, G, and A. So but that's the first five. So we've got a 1, 4, and a 5, which is D, G, and A. So D major, G major, and A major, okay? Now, that's a 1, 4, and a 5, so that's how I play this song then, 1-4-1-5-1. So let's go to D, which is D, G, and A, and that's three chords and three major chords. So we'll go to there and we'll go, amazing grace, my 4 is a G, how sweet the sound, which is the 1 that saved a wretch. The next one was a 5, like me. Okay, so hopefully we're starting to unfold this a wee bit more. It's kind of like algebra, right? Where A plus B equals C, okay? But if A is 1 and B is 2, well then C is going to equal 3, right? But you can always change the values of A and B, okay? And that's kind of what we're doing, is we're not changing the value, but we're changing the notes, okay? Within the 1-4-1-5-1. So 1-4-1-5-1. That's how we're playing the start of Amazing Grace. All right, so if we're going to go then into the key of E, right? We would then go E. I know that there's an F sharp. I also know there's a G sharp. There's an A and a B, okay? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Your three chords on are E, A, and B. E, A, and B, right? So amazing grace, how for the one that saved a wretch like 5. Okay, right? So in the key of C, amazing grace, how for the one that saved a wretch like 5. Right? Let's then go to D. A wondering grace, how for the one that saved a 1 to the 5. Exactly the same pattern, 1-4-1-5-1. Let's put it into E. A wondering grace, how for the one that saved a wretch like the 5. Okay, so hopefully you sort of understand a bit of what I'm talking about, or at least you go, I don't understand any of that, and I certainly don't understand you, Boydo, trying to explain that. So go away and learn about it, because I promise it really, really helps. You know, maybe someone sticks a capo on, okay? Because what you could do, right? Here's what you could do. You could go, okay, well, let's do Amazing Grace in the key of G, right? So someone then could go, remember it's 1-4-1-5-1, right? Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once, and then so on and so on, right? Now, but you can't go on two acoustic guitars playing exactly the same thing. Let's change it up. Maybe, right, I want to play the chords from the key of C major, which are C, F, and G. Remember we looked about earlier on? But I want to play them in the key of G major. So you maybe whop out a capo or a capo, right? We call them capos. So you kind of figure it out then. You got to learn then semitones and all that kind of stuff, a wee bit of musical theory, where you go like C, C sharp, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G. So that's your G, right? So you stick your capo on here if you're going to play in the key of C at the 7th fret, okay? Right? 1-4, 1, 5. Okay, when I was playing in the key of G, remember it was G, C, G, D, G. But now I'm playing in the key of C at capo 7. My 1, 4, 1, 5, 1 is C, F, C, G, and then back to the C. So it creates like this different tone, a different sound. It could maybe have that guitar slightly higher in a mix, but then have a bit of picking going on or something like that. You know, amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. And I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. All right, so I just kept it dead simple, just played the 1, 4s and the 5s. There's other leading chords and all this kind of stuff that you can put in, but you can play around with that, you know. So hopefully that makes sense, okay? And hopefully it sends you maybe off on that journey to go, there's more that I can learn and understand in this, you know, and this is about creativity. It's not about just like, you know, getting up and just getting by, but it's about actually delivering something that's kind of cool, and it's all for the glory of God, you know. And you're creative people. He's given you the Holy Spirit, so go and be that, you know, and don't just sit back and settle for exactly where